Initially, I was called the Karnataka crush. From there, it came to the national crush. I know in these 5 years, I haven't been able to go home. Almost a year we shot for that film. Yeah, when I land here, people just call me Lily. It's just so consuming, time consuming, because you wake up to a thought of it, you go back to you go back to sleep with a thought of it.
Yeah, I believe you don't go for parties. That's
Yeah,
what,
like I haven't been to.
We have with us an actress who's extremely sought after. She's the national crush and the smiling queen. And somehow I feel both are interrelated. So, Rashmika Mandanna, pleasure having you with us on Bollywood Hungama.
Lovely to be here. Thank you.
Do you feel that you're being called this national crush because of the fact that you love to smile and that is something that people find infectious?
I think that's for people to let me know, because I have no idea why from where this started.
Right.
But I think initially I was called the Karnataka crush.
Right.
And from there it came to the national crush. And
Right.
I don't know what that actually means, but here I am.
And I think almost everyone refers to you as a national crush, and that
Yeah.
is Google agrees
That
with
happened.
that. Right. You are multilingual. You've worked in various industries, and it's quite fascinating because we've known a lot of South Indian actresses. So some of them they've worked in maybe say Telugu and Tamil, but they've not worked in say Malayalam, for example. But I think you've worked in Kannada and.
I debuted in Kannada. I moved to Telugu, and
Right.
I've worked in Tamil. And here I am.
So Malayalam you still haven't.
Malayalam I still haven't, and I wish I do get a chance, opportunity to work in Malayalam industry. But
Right.
it's again Malayalam language is extremely tricky to pick on.
Right.
So for me, languages, how I work in the industries are I need to learn the language to be able to do a film, and then. I don't know. I've always been this person who learns the language and then does her own lines and then does her own dubbing. And
So you were born in Coorg, then
Yes,
you shifted
sir.
to
I am.
Chennai.
I'm impressed. I'm born in Coorg. I born and brought up in Karnataka,
Uh-huh.
and now I'm based in Hyderabad and Bombay, sort of both
Right.
ways.
Right. So you're doing these two films in Mumbai right now. But now your last film that came with Mahesh Babu.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm not able to pronounce it.
Sarileru Nikeveru.
Correct.
It's a long name,
So,
no?
yeah, and it did more than 260 crores from what I understand. Right. And several films that you've been part of, they've done extremely well at the level of box office as well. And now you're moving to Mumbai. You're having two films which are lined up.
Yeah.
And all this in a span of 5 years. I think
Yes.
you've been around only for 5 years. So
Yeah.
do you at times find it a bit of a roller coaster, this journey?
As in, I know in these 5 years, I haven't been able to go home back to Coorg, say for more than a week, which was in the lockdown.
Right.
So lockdown was the only break I've got. But
Right.
I think why I've done so many films across the industries in just 5 years is I've just been working.
Right.
And one after the other, the projects kept coming. And for me, the story, the script is the most important. That's like the hero of the film for me, the story.
Right.
So I think people across the nation just watch films from everywhere now. And when they saw me debut in Kannada, my Telugu director, who's also my really close friend, he got me on board for a Telugu film. And I had no idea of a word of Telugu back then. So my first film, I was literally crying saying, I can't do this is too hard for me, this language.
Yeah.
But after that Tamil happened, and after that I think watching one of my films, either Geeta Govindam or Dear Comrade, Shantanu sir got me on board for Mission Majnu. So one after the other is just happening.
Right, and Dear Comrade, apparently it did not do that well. in Telugu, but it's I think clocked more than 200 million views
Yeah.
on YouTube as
Yeah.
far as the Hindi dubbed version is concerned.
Correct.
And I think that has got you quite a bit of a Hindi audience as well.
Yeah, when I land here, people just call me Lily. More than my name. I think, you know, in Karnataka I've been called Sanvi, which was one of my characters. In Telugu it's either Geeta or Lily. And in Hindi, everyone is just calling me Lily, so I'm just like, interesting.
I've been watching your interviews, and what I find very interesting is that you're this extremely intelligent person. You call yourself mysterious, and you can wriggle out of tough questions rather
Interesting.
rather easily. What I felt was looking at your filmography, the films that you've done so far. Most of them they've been extremely successful at the box office. But do you feel that you want to do films that really tap your intelligence in terms of as a character? Do you think that is yet to come?
I think one of such characters that I've played was the character in Dear Comrade, of course. I had to sort of pick up on the skills of a cricketer. I had to sort of like, you know, you have to break down a lot of learnings that you have had over the years and just become a new person itself.
Right.
And when you become that person, playing that person for over almost a year, we shot for that film for I think 100 days or something.
Right.
And just you become that person to an extent, and then you have to break that down, and you have to move on to another character. So yeah, as in, like, Lily was the you know, like the most I've pushed. I think there's a lot more happening right now, and I'm sure a lot more to happen henceforth. But yeah, it's exciting, no? It's
Right.
you get to live so many lives in one life.
No, absolutely. But looking at this entire OTT sort of onslaught that we are experiencing, does the web space excite you? Would you want to do
If something interesting
a
comes up.
fine digital show or something?
Like I said, script is my hero. Like if something extremely exciting comes up, and OTT is also, I think now things are changing, but theatre is what I started working for. Theatrical releases are something which I started working for. Now I don't know how an OTT release actually feels, but I think in the end of the day, if there's, you know, crazy people working on some crazy stuff, I'm in.
All right. So you're extremely young. From what I understand, you're not from a film family per se. So 5 years in the industry. How do you look at maybe educating yourself in terms of cinema? Do you think that is important for you to just as an artist that makes you grow as an artist? Because stardom you already have. You have massive stardom right now. But is that something as part of your agenda that?
As in, I think right now I've just been working day in, day out, that I'm so consumed with the characters that I'm playing, with the people that I'm working with, the roles that I do. It's just so consuming, time consuming, because you wake up to a thought of it, you go back to you go back to sleep with a thought of it, and you have to maintain a diet, you have to go for a workout, you have to look a certain way, you have to behave a certain way. There's so much of it that, like, even if it's been 5 years in the industry, I don't think I've been to more than one social gathering of the industry, you know?
Yeah, I believe you don't go for parties. That's
Yeah,
what,
like I haven't been to even like, I think I've been to one, which is in the initial days of my career, but like that's how, you know, time consuming that my work is. And right now I'm working on 4 films, which of course is like crazy, and that too in different states. So I'm like, flight, flight, mama, no time to talk to you, sorry, I'll talk to you sometime.
Right.
So it's like that.
And those are big films. Like Pushpa is, I think, it's a massive film.
Yes.
And obviously Mission Majnu and Goodbye Here. And what is the 4th film?
Aadavallu Meeku Johalu. That is a Telugu film again.
Of course.